Have you ever stood up from your favorite chair and felt your legs hesitate for just a moment? It's subtle at first, a little more effort to rise, a bit of wobble as you reach for the wall or that nearby armrest. Maybe you've noticed it climbing stairs, or during your morning walk, when you pause more often than you used to. You're not alone. For many seniors, that quiet loss of leg strength sneaks up over time. It's not always due to illness or injury. Often, it's simply the natural changes that come with age. But here's the part we don't hear often enough. It's not inevitable. Irene, now 78, once told me that she began avoiding the grocery store because walking from the parking lot to the entrance felt too daunting. Not painful, just tiring. She didn't want to use a walker yet, but the fear of falling made her hesitate. She thought, maybe this is just how things go after 70, but it doesn't have to be. Today, we're going to gently uncover 5 natural ways to support leg strength that most people over 60 simply don't know. These aren't magic fixes or fancy routines, but they are quietly powerful. They've helped seniors like Irene regain confidence, enjoy mobility again, and even rediscover small joys like gardening or taking evening walks with friends. This isn't about muscle building like we used to think of it in our youth. It's about supporting what our legs truly need now: nutrition, movement, circulation, and care, so that we can continue to stand tall, move freely, and live fully. So let's take that first step together. You're not just watching this video, you're honoring your body, your independence, and the life you still want to enjoy, the forgotten fuel. Magnesium and leg strength. When we talk about keeping our legs strong, we often think about protein or calcium, but there's another nutrient that quietly supports the very foundation of our movement: magnesium. And yet, many older adults don't realize how crucial it is. Take Paul, for instance. He's 72 and spent most of his life working in maintenance. Strong, active, always on his feet. But in the past few years, he noticed something unsettling: cramps in his calves, especially at night, and a sense of heaviness in his legs when walking. At first he thought it was just age catching up, but after speaking with a nutritionist, he learned his magnesium levels were low, something surprisingly common in older adults. Once he added more magnesium-rich foods into his meals, things began to shift. The cramps eased. His legs didn't feel so sluggish. Why does this matter? Magnesium plays a key role in muscle function. It helps muscles contract and relax smoothly. So if you're low on it, you might feel weak, stiff, or prone to spasms. You don't need a cupboard full of supplements either. Some of the best sources are right in your kitchen. Leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds and pumpkin seeds. Beans, like black beans and lentils. Even a square of dark chocolate can offer a magnesium boost. For Paul, just a few simple dietary changes made his legs feel more reliable, less like something he had to worry about, and more like the steady companions they used to be. And that's what this journey is really about. Not dramatic changes, but gentle shifts that make you feel more at ease in your own body, movement that nourishes, gentle resistance for stronger legs. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you. You don't have to do intense workouts to build leg strength. In fact, the best kind of movement for most seniors is gentle, consistent, and kind to the joints. Take Alice. She's 81 and has arthritis in both knees. For years she believed that exercise would only make her pain worse, so she avoided it, understandably. But over time that led to more stiffness and more difficulty getting around. One day her doctor suggested resistance bands, those stretchy loops you can use while sitting. At first Alice was skeptical, but she gave it a try just 5 minutes a day, pressing her legs out against the band while sitting in her recliner. After 2 weeks, something changed. Her legs didn't feel as weak. Her balance improved. She even started walking short distances outside again. Why did this work? Resistance exercises gently activate and strengthen the muscles without putting pressure on the joints. That includes the quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves, all essential for standing, walking, and preventing falls. And the beauty of it is you can do it while sitting down. You don't need a gym, just a band or light ankle weights and a bit of daily routine. Research has shown that even mild resistance training 2 to 3 times a week can significantly improve leg strength and stability in adults over 65. It's not about pushing hard, it's about moving with care, like feeding a flame instead of throwing logs on a fire, a little at a time, and the warmth returns. Sometimes strength isn't just about the muscles, it's about how well the blood moves through them. Janet, who's 75 and lives in a cozy home with her daughter, used to complain that her legs felt heavy by afternoon. She described it as if her legs were filled with sand, hard to lift, hard to move. At first she assumed she was just getting tired with age, but her nurse explained something simple yet powerful. Her circulation was slowing down, especially in her lower legs. As we age, our blood vessels may not work as efficiently, especially if we sit for long periods or have conditions like diabetes or varicose veins. And when blood doesn't flow well, our legs can feel tired, swollen, or weak, even when the muscles are technically fine. What helped Janet wasn't expensive therapy or a long routine. It was this: elevating her legs for just 15 minutes twice a day. By lying down and placing her legs up on a pillow or resting them on the couch arm while reclining, she allowed blood to flow back toward the heart. That meant better oxygen and nutrients reaching the leg tissues, and less swelling and fatigue. It sounds almost too easy, but simple habits like this can reduce pressure, ease inflammation, and support muscle recovery. And paired with light movement or walking afterward, circulation improves even more. Now Janet reads her afternoon paper with her feet gently propped up on a cushion. Not only does she feel more rested, she says, her legs feel lighter by evening. Sometimes the smallest adjustments bring the biggest comfort, the balance boost. Why your feet matter more than you think. We've talked about muscles and movement, but now let's look lower to the feet. It might sound odd in a discussion about leg strength, but your feet are your foundation, and they play a quiet, powerful role in keeping your legs stable and strong. Let me introduce you to Harold. He's 79 and a retired school principal, still sharp as a tack, but he found himself stumbling more than usual, even during short walks. At first he assumed it was balance issues or maybe just tired legs, but his physical therapist noticed something else. His foot muscles had weakened and his arches were collapsing slightly, throwing off his whole posture. We often forget that our feet contain over 100 muscles, tendons and ligaments, all working together to support us. When those muscles weaken or become stiff, they send strain up the leg, especially to the calves and thighs. That strain doesn't just cause discomfort. It contributes to poor balance, leg fatigue, and even falls. Harold started doing simple exercises like towel scrunches, pulling a towel with his toes, ankle circles and foot stretches, walking barefoot on soft carpet for a few minutes a day to strengthen foot arches. He also switched to better fitted shoes with good arch support. Within weeks, he noticed his legs didn't tire as quickly, and he felt more sure-footed. This isn't just about muscles. It's about grounding yourself, literally and figuratively. When your feet are strong and well cared for, your legs work more efficiently, your balance improves, and most importantly, you feel safer with every step. Think of your feet not just as tools, but as partners in your journey, gentle power, putting it all together with purpose. So, here we are. We've walked through some often overlooked yet incredibly powerful ways to support your leg strength naturally. Magnesium for muscle ease, gentle resistance for steady improvement, leg elevation for circulation. But here's the truth many don't say aloud. It's okay to be tired of trying. Yes, it's okay to feel a little frustrated when your body doesn't respond like it used to. It's okay to worry that maybe it's too late. But let me tell you a little story, one that brings all of this home. Ellen is 85, a widow living in a quiet senior community. For years, she didn't think much about leg strength. She got around all right. But slowly she began walking less. Her knees ached, and she felt winded even after a short trip to the mailbox. She stopped going to the weekly bingo night she used to love. One afternoon, after nearly slipping while stepping into the shower, she sat on the edge of her bed and cried, not just from fear, but from the realization that her world was getting smaller. Then something changed. Her granddaughter visited and gently asked, "Grandma, do you want to try getting stronger together?" They started small. A few ankle rolls while watching TV, a soft stretch before brushing teeth, swapping white bread for whole grain and adding a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds on her salad. Nothing dramatic, nothing forced. After a month, Ellen told her daughter, "I feel steadier, like I'm standing on my own again." She began going to bingo night again slowly, using her cane, but with confidence, and the smile on her face said more than words ever could. That's what this video is really about, not just vitamins or exercises or routines, but the gentle reminder that your body is still listening, that every effort, no matter how small, is a message to your body that you still care, that you're still here, still capable. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with just one change. Maybe it's elevating your legs today while reading. Maybe it's adding a handful of nuts to your breakfast tomorrow, or doing 5 ankle rolls before bed. These small shifts, done with love and consistency, can return strength, hope, and freedom to your legs and to your life. And if you found even a moment of encouragement in this video, we'd love to hear from you. What's one habit you might try this week? Share it in the comments so others can learn from your journey, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Elder Insight, where your voice, your health, and your wisdom are always welcome. Because your steps still matter, and there are more ahead, one gentle, steady step at a time.